us for tonight's recipe is your host, Brooke Moore.
Girls Night In. I'm your host, Brooke Moore, and today we're going to be making cake pops. Now tonight, I don't want you to worry about how many calories you're going to be eating. I just want you to stuff your face and have fun. So, first for the cake pops, we're going to start off with just a simple cake mix. I chose Devil's Food. You could use red velvet. You could use pumpkin. I'm thinking about using pumpkin for Thanksgiving. You could use yellow cake, just whatever your favorite cake is. You just make it according to the box. This one called for 2 eggs, some oil, and some water. So you bake the cake. This cake took about 30 minutes to make. You definitely want to let it cool for about an hour because you're going to have to crumble it up, and you don't want to stick your hands in there when it's hot because it hurts. Trust me, I've done it. So right here I have some prepared cake. It's already cooked. So we just want to crumble it up into the smallest pieces. You don't want the crust to be hard. You want to soften that up. So we want to crumble it up so that every piece is the same size. So the smaller it is, the better it's going to be. So, and then from here we're going to add the frosting. So once you get it to the right consistency, and another thing is make sure that your hands are clean. You definitely want to wash your hands before you deal with any kind of food. No one wants your nasty, germy hands in their cake pops. So now that we've got this to the right consistency, you're going to add pretty much any frosting that you want. I chose vanilla. You could use, like I said, cream cheese frosting. You could use confetti frosting. That's really cute too. If you're using a whole cake, you want to use half a tub of the frosting. But mine is a little bit smaller, so I'm only going to use about a handful of frosting. And then from there, you're going to get this. So you're going to put the frosting in with your crumbles, and you're going to mix it up until it's a doughy consistency. So once it's all combined, there's no dry parts, it's equally moist, you're going to put it in the fridge. You're going to put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. You don't want them to be frozen, but the reason that we want them in the fridge is so that whenever you cover them in chocolate, that it'll dry faster. So from here, you're just going to grab a handful. Also, we have some wax paper. So you want to just lay your wax paper down, and you want to take a handful. Depending on size, it usually makes about half a dozen cake pops per box. So you're just going to roll it up. I've seen people make different things rather than just balls. You can make hearts, you can make cubes, I don't care what you make. It's going to taste awesome either way. So we're just going to go ahead and make some balls. And the warmth of your hands is really going to help it to mold better, even though it's cold. So, and they're not going to be perfect circles. So you don't have to worry about them being perfect. Just roll them up. My mom always says that the ugliest cake is the best tasting cake. So you know what? The uglier they are, the better they're probably going to taste. So we're just going to keep rolling. And while you're waiting on this, you can go ahead and get your your melting chocolate ready. And to melt the chocolate, you can either use an actual like fondue kit, or I just put it in the microwave in like 30-second intervals. You don't want to burn it, but that's how you melt the chocolate. But right now we're just going to roll them up. So we're down to the last one. And as you can see, they're all about the same size. You just got to eyeball it. You don't have to be exact. And we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back. Oh, it's okay.
I guess it's going to be a ramen noodle night again. Where'd you get all that money? Did you rob a bank or what?
The Grant plant, duh.
No more ramen noodles for this guy. Thanks, Brooke.
Hi, and welcome back to Girls Night In. Last time you were with us. We had baked the cake, we let it cool, we broke it up into crumbles, and then we added the frosting, and now we've got to this point where we've rolled it into the balls. Now the next thing that you're going to do is, this is the trickiest part. It's not super complicated, but it does take a little bit of finesse. So you're going to get just any kind, they have all kinds of colors at Walmart. You can get just candy melts, you can use almond bark, whatever you want to do. I always just go with the light cocoa because I think that it dries better than the white chocolate would or the colored chocolate. So you want to put it in the microwave or in your fondue kit, whatever you want to do. And you're going to want to get it all melted down. And I also have, it sounds nasty, but olive oil is actually a really good way to help it dry, and you can't even taste it. So we're going to add just a little bit of olive oil to the melted chocolate. You want to start off with a tablespoon or so, because you can always add more, but you can't take it out. So we're mixing it up. You want to make sure that it's all mixed up and that all the oil is mixed in with the chocolate. All right. It's going to look like a pudding, really. So once you get it all mixed up, you are going to take your sticks, and you can get these at Walmart as well. And you can even use skewers, like for shish kebabs and stuff. So if I can get it open. These are about $1.50 a piece, so it's not really that bad. You want to, after you roll these up, you want to put them back in the freezer for about 20 seconds, so that whenever you dip the stick in the chocolate, and when you put it in there, that it'll harden up. And once you do this, you're going to put them back in the freezer for another 10 minutes or so that they can really stick in there and that the sticks will stay in there. So we're just going to, and I'm also going to make some just truffles where we won't put the sticks in. We'll just cover them in chocolate and put them in muffin tins, and that's easier than doing just the cake pops. So I'm going to show you both ways. So we've got about 4 of them with the sticks. At this point, I'm going to show you how to do a truffle. So we've got just little muffin tins, and you want to take your cake pop, and you can just drop it in and just cover it in the chocolate. Just make sure it's all covered, and then when you take it out, you just want to get all the excess chocolate off, and you can put it directly back on the wax paper. And you're going to do that with all the cake pops. So that way you can just take the wax paper and put it in the fridge, and then they're just going to peel right off. So we're just going to put these back in there. And the sticks are pretty much the same way. Really all you have to do is make sure that they're stuck on there and just pour the chocolate over the sticks. And just put it back on the wax paper. Okay. And after that, you can put whatever color sprinkles that you want. I like a variety of sprinkles. So we're just going to cover them in sprinkles. And I actually have one already prepared. And this is what you end up with. So once you do that, you can buy these little bags at Walmart. And you just put them in there and twist it. And get your ribbon. And tie it up. And it's really easy. Like I said, you can do any color. You can do any flavor. It's really endless. The possibilities are endless with cake pops. So, and with the truffles, you can just plop them in there like that. And the finished product is this over here. So that's all we have for today for Girls Night In, and I hope to see you next time.